What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are getting ready to enjoy the games. The reason this video is so late, I filmed another video, or I filmed the same video, but the mic quality was bad. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to work the microphone setup that I have, and just try to get the best quality for you guys. It didn't end up coming out right whenever I was editing it. I didn't think I would have enough time to get another video out before the 1 o'clock games. So I decided to post stuff on TikTok just with like the picture of the slate and edit what games I took with the winners. That felt lazy. That felt wrong. I didn't want to do that. So I thought, even if it's a little bit late, hopefully you guys don't care. And so we're going to do a real quick video on the NFL slate like we have been doing. And even if it's a little bit late, I hope you guys still enjoy it. Starting off with the number one game, we got Panthers Saints. As you guys can tell, I'm wearing the Saints shirt, not because I want us to win. That is the last reason I would wear this shirt. We need to suck. We need to continue to lose, and Dennis Allen needs to be fired. Pete Carmichael needs to be fired. So we need to lose today, because if we lose to Carolina, the 1-10 Carolina Panthers, that'll do it. They'll get them out of the building. I'm hoping, at least. The video for fixing the Saints will be out very soon. I'm very excited about fixing franchises for you guys and your favorite teams and telling you what to do or what I would do if I was in that position. So yeah, we're going with the Panthers today strictly because I need them to win. Moving on, we got another in-division rivalry, Buccaneers, Falcons. This is a game where you look at it and you go teams that have played very well at some points in the seasons and teams that haven't played very well at some points in this season. Me personally, I'm going to roll with the Falcons. I think the Falcons just have that many more playmakers on the team. Bijan Robinson got a little bit more touches last week. And overall, I just think they're the better football team, even though it hurts me saying that. So we're going to roll with the Falcons. Moving on, we got a lot of in-division games this year, I'm noticing. Or not this year, this week I'm noticing. Lions-Bears. I think this is a game that probably could be a lot closer with the way the Lions have played this past couple of games. If you guys know, they got knocked down a couple of pegs on the NFL power rankings that I did, so make sure you hit that one up as well to see the most recent power rankings for the NFL and NBA. The NBA is also in there. But for this specific game, man, the Lions have too much on the line. I think they go in, I think they beat Chicago, and it might be a better game than some people think, because typically those games are. We're going to roll with the Lions. Moving on, Colts, Bengals. The Colts are still in the playoff race alongside the Bengals. It really doesn't feel like they are, though, just with the Joe Burrow injury. They played good. Jake Browning played very well in his most recent game. But to me personally, man, Jonathan Taylor, I believe, is back for the Colts, or at least trending to be back for the Colts. And so I'm going to roll with the Colts. I think they keep winning. Gardner Minshew can do just enough to get those boys by. And so we're going to roll with the Colts, man. Moving on, Jaguars, Browns. The shocker of the week after Trevor Lawrence goes down with what seemed to be or could have been a season-ending injury. He's back. It was a high ankle sprain, is what head coach Doug Peterson came out and said. But the guy's still playing. He's a tough son of a gun, man. The guy can play ball. He's tough. He feels like every year there's an injury where it looks like he's done for the year, and he just trots back out the next week ready to play ball. So for that specific reason, even though he's going up against the Browns, and the Browns, obviously, we know their defense is electric, the Browns starting quarterback position is still up in the air. I believe it's between, obviously, Joe Flacco, and DTR. But they haven't said who they're going to start yet to this point. And so we're going to roll with the Jaguars regardless. Moving on, man, Texans, Jets. Zach Wilson, I do believe, is starting this game once again. He's back in the starting lineup. Doesn't move the needle for me. I think maybe there's a chance that he comes out and realizes that he's probably not going to be in New York next year, just with all the stuff that we've heard. And so he might come out and sling it like he did in college. But I still don't think he's better than the Houston Texans team. I still don't think he can beat that Houston Texans defense with Will Anderson, Derek Stingley Jr. coming around. And so, obviously, we know what C.J. Stroud has been doing. He's been playing really well. And so, I just think overall the Texans have the better team, which is something we did not think we would be saying against the New York Jets this season. So, we're taking the Texans, man. Moving on, Rams, Ravens. This is the last 1 o'clock game of Sunday, man. Listen, the Rams have played above what we thought they would pretty much all year. They've had a few lulls in the season, but they've been a good football team. We've talked about it a few times. Even though a team is playing good, they just sometimes run into a buzzsaw. And I believe the Baltimore Ravens team is a buzzsaw. Lamar Jackson is a very good quarterback, still playing like a top tier MVP candidate. Maybe taking a little bit of a dip in the past few games, but that's okay. He did not practice some days this week, I believe, due to a illness, non-COVID illness, is what the injury report said. But even though he didn't practice, I still think he's going to be, A1 from day one, man. He's always good. And so we're going to roll with the Ravens. Vikings, Raiders is the first 4 o'clock game. I'm looking down here on my PC. There's a lot of good 4 o'clock games coming up, man. Vikings, Raiders. We're going to roll with the Vikings. Uh, Justin Jefferson is back from the IR, and so I look for him to have a big game. The spread, I believe, is only like 3, and Minnesota -3. So we're going to take the Vikings to win, probably about more than that anyway. But yeah, I think just let's be honest, the Raiders they were a fun story when Antonio Pierce came on. I think he's done enough to at least have a very strong chance of being their head coach next year. I think he's done a very good job of at least establishing a better culture than what Mike McDaniel did. Not Mike McDaniel. Gosh, I can't remember his name. He's just that bad of a coach. But yeah, I just think that he has a very strong shot of being the head coach next year. But even though I think they fall to 5-8, and they're looking for a top tier draft pick. Next, we got the Seahawks 49ers rematch of the Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving night game where it was just a rut. The Seahawks looked terrible. I look for this to be a little bit better of a game, though. After the butt whooping that they got from the 49ers on Thanksgiving, they came out and played Dallas extremely well on that Thursday night game. It was a very fun, very high-scoring game. I still think the 49ers win. I just think it's a little bit better of a game, and we're still kind of trying to figure out what the Seahawks are after they fall to 6-7. But in the NFC, man, I really don't think it matters that much. I still think they could go like 9-8 and still make the playoffs in a weaker NFC division. And so we're going to take the 49ers, but I'm not completely out on the Seahawks yet. Moving on, pretty much the premier game of the week besides the Sunday night football game, Bills-Chiefs. This one might surprise you. I'm going to take the Bills. I think the Bills are tired of hearing all the stuff in the news. We heard the crazy report about what Sean McDermott, the head coach for the Bills, came out and tried to use as an analogy to bring the team together. I will not mention that on my YouTube channel because I don't want to get demonetized. But it was pretty insane. If you haven't heard, just look it up on Twitter, and you'll see how insane what he said was. I'm still going to take the Bills, though. The Chiefs wide receivers, I keep saying it. I feel like at a certain point they're going to be better. Rashid Rice has played better. Still not a reliable receiver yet. Travis Kelce has definitely had a down year in terms of his past years that he has had. But yeah, I think the Bills go to 7-6 and the Chiefs fall to 8-5. It's really nothing more than just a feeling, if I'm being honest with you guys. I do think it's going to be a fun game, so make sure you guys watch that one. Moving on to the last 4 o'clock game, Broncos, Chargers. Yikes! The Chargers are 5-7. That's ridiculous. If Brandon Staley is not fired by the end of this year, or even if they lose this game and fall to 5-8, if he's not fired, I don't know if I'll talk about the Chargers ever again. Even on these full slate picks, they're just what are they doing? They make me so angry. Like I would do anything to have a quarterback like Justin Herbert, and they're just literally wasting it. They're literally wasting it. It's so upsetting. So I'm taking the Broncos. The Broncos did lose to the Texans last week, so I think they bounce back and go to 7-6. Obviously, you guys know what the Sunday night football game is. It's the game of the week for a reason. It's going to be a really fun game, at least we hope. Really exciting game. A lot of points being scored. It's Eagles-Cowboys. Eagles-Cowboys is definitely something that we all look forward to whenever these teams are playing. It's one of the best rivalries in the NFL. Man, it would be hard for me to take the Cowboys. Dak is playing like an MVP candidate this year, a top tier MVP candidate, even if you don't want to hear that. I don't think it matters for the Cowboys. They're playing a one-game season, man. Nothing matters until they win a divisional round game in the playoffs. It feels like they have good years every single year, and then they just lose that game. And so for me, even if they win this, I think we're talking more about how the Eagles are kind of maybe slowing down a little bit more so than the Cowboys finally getting over the hump because they still can't beat the Niners. We saw that earlier in the season. But yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts hurt a lot of stuff over this week. and last weekend as well about how he's hurt, how he's not playing well, how not Derek Carr, but Derek Carr's brother. I can't even remember his first name. We don't even need to talk about Derek Carr, but his brother said that they should bench him because he's not playing well, and that Marcus Mariota should be playing. So I think that I think we all know how Jalen Hurts, reacts to things like that, and I think he's going to use that to fuel the fire this week. So I'm going to take the Eagles over the Cowboys in a close, entertaining game, hopefully, because it's a prime time game, and we know how those go for the NFL. But I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, even if this is a little bit later than the 1 o'clock start. Thank you guys so much. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Hit all the links in the description down below to give me a follow on all of them. Join the Discord. Share this video out if you enjoyed it. Leave a like. Let me know some videos that you would want down in the comment section. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.